disable the...
Alright, and I think we are live. DM Thaco, I might steal you for a second.
What?
Just to see if there's any way you can put one more piece of tape at the top, because otherwise it reflects perfectly on my glasses and I'm like...
You're blind.
Alien. Well, I'm blind and it reflects. It's not up there anymore, I don't think. Is it? Never mind. Hey,
that's the tall guy.
Welcome to Dragons in the Dining Room. DMLoxy presiding. Welcome back. We are down a player as usual tonight, which is just fine. We are rolling anyway. Oh, that's a lot. I can see my players now. Holy Toledo. That's beautiful. I might even be able to do this. Yes? No? Yes.
Maybe.
We'll see how that goes. There we go. Alright, kicking that in. Where's my dice box?
We don't know. We can't find it.
Okay, it's a little black box.
I mean, I know what it looks like. I just don't know where it, like...
Did you bring it upstairs?
No. I literally just had it in the living room like 30 seconds ago.
Little black box?
Yeah. Never mind. Hakuba's got it.
I'm gonna kick your butt, lady!
That was underneath these.
It was underneath all the shit that keeps getting moved around. Alright. You both will get a DM favor later on. As I was saying, welcome back to Dragons in the Dining Room. DMLoxy presiding. I have not had coffee yet. My players are in danger of dying. I do have some next to me, so they may in fact make it. When we last left off, Curse of Strahd here, they were sucked into a dungeon courtesy of their wonderful ex-party member Stornock, who thought it would be a great idea to screw the party over by selling himself to Strahd and then spending the rest of his days trying to kill the party that he had sworn to help.
You gonna die.
Oh, yes.
Hakuba does not relish that much. The party was, hey Moondog, DM Thaco is hiding in the other room and he is running chat. I know you said you were running Curse of Strahd, I believe, Moondog. This isn't in the book. I feel like there was some things lacking, so I just kind of threw in a little dungeon crawl, because there are dungeon crawls in Curse of Strahd, which I think, if you're going to have a vampire-y werewolf castle dungeon-y campaign, let's not put any dungeon crawls in there, because that makes sense. It doesn't. Spoiler alert. So I made one.
It's pretty expansive, too. You can't see the map at the moment, but
well,
it's
I will
huge.
show chat the map. So I just customed that one on graph paper and tossed them in it. So that is essentially what they're looking at right now. Yeah, but I'm excited to see what happens. So you guys were in that room. You had found that there was a little halfling named Elos that had tagged along with you guys. He woke up to you guys going, "Who are you?" And he's like, he wet himself a little bit.
There's a little bit of trust issues, can you tell?
Yeah, just a little bit.
I think that'd be
And helped you defeat a skeleton minotaur that had been trouncing around. There was a little bit of a puzzle with some red and blue stones that you guys denounced magic. And at the end of last session, I promised to have the schools of magic for you. The lantern is radiating conjuration magic. The ring is radiating necrotic magic.
Great.
Yeah, that one that was made you all ooh.
The one I didn't
The
think
one that
about.
froze her, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how you're feeling, by the way. And the compass rose on the wall is radiating abjuration magic.
Radiating abjuration.
Abjuration. Abjuration, conjuration, evocation. I don't know where I was going with
Divination?
that. Divination, like necromancy. Woo! There's more, but I just.
Conjuration.
If I was and had it ready for you, but I'm a little overwhelmed right now, so I didn't. Oops. I'm sorry, I will rectify this at a later date because apparently my players demand it.
The Elements song just fits perfectly with some of that, so...
Yes, absolutely. So Elos is looking around in here, and you guys, Hakuba, you were digging through coins. Which area of the room are you digging through coins? Because you were ignoring the coppers, and you were picking up gold and silver, and
I did pick up the lantern.
you did pick up the lantern. You put a candle in it, and you lit it, and it's a bullseye lantern.
It's pretty. Okay. So I'm going to be checking whatever the side northwest corner of the.
The northwest corner. Yes, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. You're pretty confident that even if you had 3 or 4 bags of holding, you could not hold all the weight of money in this room
Holy crap.
that is scattered about the floor. However, as you're moving around, it looks like there was some scratch marks on the floor.
Try and take a look at that.
Okay, it looks literally just like almost like a claw mark in the floor. But it looks very, like it didn't happen by accident. It was not happenstance that there was this claw mark in the floor.
How big a claw mark are we talking? I mean,
We're talking about fist size,
the size?
and
Okay.
in the northwest corner. So here's the corner on the floor.
So
Just
it's
like
by
that.
the door?
No, over here, yeah.
Yep.
Over by the door.
Yeah, northwest, right? Yeah.
Yep.
North.
There's
Wait,
something
north,
trying to
west.
get out.
If north is that way and west is that way, it's that corner.
Yep.
Yes,
Okay.
by the door.
Okay.
Yeah, by the door. Sorry. I saw you pointing to the northeast corner and I was like, oh bloody hell, here we go. Alright, so
Your players are good at directions. It's okay. For the
it
most
doesn't happen often.
It's for the most part. I said for the most part.
All the imagination, yes, Krabby Patty, absolutely. So yeah, there's that symbol in that corner.
It's a symbol. It's not actually.
But
It was etched into the floor.
Okay. Come take a look at this.
What?
Looks like claw marks on the floor.
And it almost looks like the top half of a paw print with the claws above it. And as you look around the floor, you really can't see anything else because there's just this fine carpet of coin.
As in, looking at and removing coins here. What do the coins look like? Are they?
They are all have the symbol of Barovia on the back, the crest of House Strahd, and on the other side there is the noble visage
Of
of Mr. Strahd von Zarovich.
Yeah, great.
Looking a bit more human, a little less long in the tooth.
Interesting.
Fascinating, really.
Really?
So, yeah, Elos takes a cue from you, and he starts flinging coins to the side.
I'm gonna do the same thing on the east side of the room to see if there's anything.
All right, on the east side. Did he just say what I think he said?
Yes,
There's no tutorials
Ladies and
laying
gentlemen,
on
there's a reason DM Thaco is not in my campaign. I love you, Robin.
but chocolate would be lovely.
No, senior dose would be lovely. Let me tell you.
I love you, dear.
To the east, there's what looks like a lake or a pool of water, but it's etched into the floor. And
Similar.
it looks the same shape as the pool that Madame Ava's tent was next to, Sarah Pool.
How big are these?
They're just a
Symbols.
bit bigger than a man's fist.
Okay.
Moondog, they've already been through Barovia. They just hit the gates of Valaki before they got transported into this dungeon courtesy of a ex-party member's shenanigans as he grabbed an item from Rudolf von Lichten's wares and threw it down on the ground, and they went into here. So not very far. I do have a secondary Strahd party that made it to just beyond Kresk, and they will actually be merging with this party on August 7th, and I'm really excited
Ooh.
to see what happens. There's about 3 levels gap that I have to work with, possibly 4. There's some timeline stuff that's gonna get a little bit weird, but once I zipper it, and because my players are amazing and they're gonna roll with it, and a few little oddities that we might have to retcon, it'll be
Hint,
great.
hint.
I don't know.
Yes, they did go to the windmill. My first group didn't. Still don't know what the hell was wrong with my first group. I love them dearly.
You scared us away from it.
Well, technically it is scary, so, but...
I'm gonna search for more symbols on the floor, like specifically digging on the floor just to find the symbols to see if we.
Alright, so are you sticking towards the edge of the walls, or?
I'm gonna stick towards the edge of the east wall for now, all the way down,
Okay.
and then kind of methodically make the path through the
Right.
like.
Copy.
Okay.
As you're going, Elos is like, alright, you're doing that. And he walks over to the compass rose. And do any of you remember the description I gave of the compass rose that's on the wall?
It's a compass rose.
You left off saying that you'd give us a more detailed description.
Mm-hmm.
Of the magics, yeah, but I did, the compass rose has what looks like crosshairs on it, and they look like grooves going north to south and east and west. And in the center, there's what looks like a stone sitting there.
Oh yeah, this one.
Elos goes over, starts putting his hands on the compass. Nothing happens. Starts feeling the grooves that go up and down, side to side. Nothing happens. And you hear, "Hey guys, I think this moves." And he takes a stone and leans on it, and it pushes in.
Waiting for the walls to close in.
The stone moves in. The door slams shut, trapping you all in the room. And a little trap door opens beneath the compass rose, and Elos falls through, and it shuts tight.
Great. Bye, Elos.
Welcome to
Huh.
Sweden.
Huh. Well then,
Oh.
note to self.
And
Not push buttons.
as you're looking, and when he said, "I think this moves," there was a note of recognition. He figured something out. But he got a little too excited, didn't he? Sorry, that was a little creepier than I wanted.
Yes, it
but
was.
okay, I noticed
So
that.
much.
Huh.
Once the trapdoor seals, is the door still sealed behind us?
It is.
Great.
Okay, well I'm gonna scoop up as much gold as I can, but also at the same time, is there anything on the walls and the ceiling?
Other than the compass rose, there is nothing on the walls or the ceiling. Callista, you also, as you're going for the symbols, you're noticing that there's symbols in the corners of the room
Okay.
and on each side. So
Like,
8 total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
so is there one over the trapdoor?
There is one over the trap door, and it is. Hold on. A mountain.
Okay. What about the one in the southeast corner?
Southeast looks like a flame. Like just a little, almost a campfire, but just a flame.
My drawing. Sub mountain. This was a lake. This was a paw. Wow, I can't write either. East wall.
Along the east wall, it was the pool.
The
That
lake.
little lake.
That was the corner. So what about the one in between the flame
pool
and
should
the...
have been the east.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought you said east.
What about the northeast corner?
The northeast corner should look like 2 bones in an X.
Look at the bones!
Oh, hey Ness! Congrats! Have fun! Storming the castle. Don't die. Enjoy.
So the northwest corner is still the paw, correct?
Yes.
What about straight north?
Straight north looks like a large body of water. I mean, the symbol
So-
straight north is double the size of the other symbols, and it looks
Like an ocean.
like a very large body of water, that shape. Or an ooze. I mean, I suppose if you are really creative with how you look at things.
Is the one that's the okay, never mind. West.
Roll me a quick intelligence check. Anyone who wants to.
Is that insight?
Intelligence.
Yep.
Yeah,
just,
what is it?
Straight intelligence.
It should be on the left hand side.
Oh,
Strength.
there. 18.
That shape looks really familiar. Hey, that's that lake from the map. And if you unroll the map of Barovia to check your memory, you're like, oh, that's Lake, it's a replica of Lake Zarovich, which stands to the north. And it does confirm that the symbol on the east wall is the exact shape as Serpool, where Madame Eva and her compatriots were.
This is
Hey, thank you for the follow! Yay!
Hey!
what about the west wall?
The west wall looks like a post with something going around it, and then what looks like a cluster of grapes. It's Dragonbot's newest fledgling. It's it.
Southwest corner, please.
Southwest corner. Hi, wave to all the people. Yay, people.
Sorry.
Thinking the party we're dying. I'm not dying, they're dying. Not
Trying
yet,
not to
they might
die.
be.
Trying not to die, maybe.
Yeah. So, north or southwest corner
Yep, southwest.
looks like a goat.
A goat.
A goat.
Bad.
Okay, words are better than trying to draw stupid symbols.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna pull up the map.
Okay.
Is there anything mountains to the south?
There is a large mountain range to the south, and a mountain called Mount Gakis. Ghakis.
What about the post thing? Anything that would look like grapevine, like a vineyard or some
Hey,
sort?
there's the Wizards of the Vine, or some, yeah. There's a vine.
Vineyard?
Thank you.
You're a-
Vineyard, winery. I tried to say both the words at once, and it just didn't happen.
A vineyard.
There's a place to get drunk over there.
It's where we grow shrubs.
There we go.
Right, so we're sitting in a living map. Great.
What's in the center though?
Is there
There's
anything?
absolutely nothing in the center of the
Okay.
room. But you, now, Arcana, what are you doing? Let me go to you before.
You're sick of dealing with us.
She's when he gets the roll, like, screw this, I'm out.
I'm just taking in everything that's getting unburied and trying to process it, really. I'm not.
Are you getting anything? Any inspirations? This is just comical at this point.
Alright, so.
Anybody want to check on the fallen gnome
Crab.
thing? Halfling? Whatever it was.
Oh, Elos?
It's,
I mean, hopefully he's not dead, but I'm not going to push the
I was
stone.
thinking just knocking on the front door and seeing if he answers.
Go for it.
Okay.
But do you remember where the trapdoor opened, right?
Yes.
We can
Yes.
see like the opening
Yes.
of where.
There's no seams, but you know he was standing directly in front of it and pushed the stone in.
Right.
The stone has not popped back out.
Okay. On the trapdoor.
You okay down there?
You hear nothing.
Well, We might have lost someone.
Right, great. Do you have anything? Well,
Yay!
Can you hold on to your trap finder thing and poke the stone with the stick?
Back up.
Nothing happens.
Right.
Except, how hard are you poking the stone?
Probably, like shoving a person.
Okay. The stone slides a little bit up to the north. I mean, you can see the crosshairs of the compass rose are grooves, and when you poke it with Trap Finder, it etches up a little bit. And where are y'all standing in the room?
We're kind of scattered at the moment. He's standing over here somewhere.
Okay.
I was looking for, I don't know, I stopped at this one, I think. Where are you?
Right there.
Okay. So we're kind of there.
Perfect.
For scrolls at one point?
I don't
Did
remember.
everyone roll me a quick perception?
18.
18 for Arcana,
20.
20 for Hakuba,
11.
11. Hakuba and Arcana, you feel it before you hear it. There's a slight rumble.
Hmm.
And then you hear it and feel it as there's a slight rumble, and all of a sudden in the center of the room, a trapdoor opens and a creature pops up and the trapdoor slides closed underneath it. Now this creature is white and black. Its tail is swinging and it's got a piece of straw hanging out of its mouth. And what
Demon cow!
what catches it is a cow, good job. But what catches you are the eyes as they're golden with green flecks, and it just stares at you.
Like I said, demon cow.
It looks offended.
Maybe not. Like
I don't know.
Wait, I got this. Hold on, I think I can make the note. The cow. That is no. Forget the cow noise. I tried to really not maybe with the long tube it would make the cow noise. It doesn't. Spoiler alert, that doesn't work.
I'm gonna hello.
Wait. How level 3?
Yes!
moo, 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 moo,
Are
moo.
you right now? I don't speak cow, I'm sorry. Great. Are you trapped in here too? Yes, great.
And it sits like a dog would.
Well, now we have a pet, apparently, to join us in our craziness. Where would the cow?
Knowledge of nature, what kind of cow? Just out of...
Kitty!
This is lovely.
It's a black and white moo cow.
It's like...
It's a female black and white moo cow.
Never mind.
I didn't prep for this.
I helped a friend show cows at the fair one year, so like
It's the kind that says moo. It's a dairy cow.
it's a dairy cow. Yeah, I know.
I was like,
I know. I know. All the cow people on the street, I apologize most sincerely.
Jesus.
It's a moo cow.
DM Taco, I found the ships.
Reaches for all my children. They should see this. DM Thackle, are our children present?
They are.
Hey, Kiwi.
I have a thought, but I don't really want to do it yet.
Okay.
What is it?
There, are things etched into the floor, right?
Mm.
So what if we filled the ones with water and tried to match things that we could put in the symbols? I don't know if that would. Oh dear.
We could potentially do that.
I don't know if that's a smart idea or not. It's just a thought.
By the way, I'm going to start distributing out gold to.
Perfect.
These
You're just
guys.
gonna start stretching out the gold. What is the cow doing?
Just sitting there eating food.
Okay. The cow continues to sit there and.
Great.
Alright. Hakuba, yeah. So the cow happened and the rock slid. And you're distributing coins?
Yeah.
There's also some scrolls littered across the floor. Elos had pointed out last session that most of the ones that he just kind of glanced at were blank. As you're moving the coins around, there's one that looks to have some writing on it.
Don't read it out loud, please.
Oh, damn.
I'm gonna walk over and look at what you're looking at.
I'm gonna
You
look at
notice
it
he
too.
holds it out and it's upside down.
It's upside down.
Thank you.
What languages do you speak, Arcana?
Common, infernal, and abyssal.
Ooh.
Where is mine? Common, infernal, draconic, elvish, abyssal.
Alright. The first line, and are you looking at it as well?
I am.
The first line's in Elvish. Hakuba, what?
Orc in common.
Dear God.
Alright.
The second line is in Orcish. The third line is in Infernal. And the fourth line, you're not sure what the hell that is.
That's great.
It looks like Elvish.
Oh, it's
Oh!
oh,
And
it's,
out of nowhere, Kiwi, make me a religion check.
here.
Mom, I got you a pencil and dice and stuff. Yeah.
Go. Nice roll.
Nice roll.
Right?
That's, 16?
16. You get a picture in your head of a very large dragon. You recognize it as Bahamut, which is the good dragon god. And you hear him speak to you and say, "You are not one of mine. But one of mine has cast favor towards you, and I was able to briefly see into this land. They will need your help. I will give you protection as I am able." And he reaches out and boops your snoot. Your cow snoot just got booped by Bahamut. Good job.
Wait, so there's a dragon.
Just the
talking to a
picture
cow.
in your mind. Yes, there's a dragon talking to a cow because this is D&D and that just happened.
Okay, cool.
I like you.
And the three of you watch as the cow's eyes go glassy for a moment. And you have an amulet that's shaped like a little cow that's now hanging around your neck.
Yeah.
Do we
This amulet,
like it just randomly appears around
yes,
his
it
neck?
just randomly appears. It's gold in color, and that cow has the symbol of Bahamut on its flank. This is probably blasphemy on so many levels.
So many levels. You know, it might be more fitting if she were a cat.
You
or
did that.
Like,
Absolutely, you did that.
whatever.
This is my secret.
I am Bahamut. I will treat this cow strategically as an important piece of the
to be clear, the symbol of Bahamut is on the flank of the cow's
on the
emblem.
necklace.
Okay, great.
Yes. Yes.
She has just been branded. I love you, dude.
For your reference, Twig, you can now conjure animals once a day or once per long rest with this amulet. However, it will be cows.
All cows all the time.
Who doesn't like cows? Cows are awesome.
Apparently, Bahamut likes cows. I always thought for dinner, but we just kind of mutated that.
Well, maybe not this cow. You might keep things a secret. A lot of the other cows, just not this one.
Are you going to stay in cow form?
I'm gonna turn back to Druid.
Okay, so you guys watch as this cow goes glassy-eyed. This amulet with a cow flanked with the cutie mark of Bahamut on its flank appears around its neck, and it transforms back into this beautiful young elf girl. It's a wood elf.
I'm gonna back away.
Don't slay the cow.
Easy.
You gotta speak up a little bit so that the microphone can hear you.
Don't hurt the cow.
Easy. She didn't attack us the first time we saw her. Easy. Hello.
Hi, my name's Twig.
Hello.
Hi, I worked at a dairy farm with a bunch of cows. I was taking care of the cows, and these giant bat thingies came, and they took some of my cows. Giant bat things, yeah. They took my cows. There was nowhere for me to hide, so I turned into a cow, and then I just appeared here.
Lovely. Welcome to the party.
Ladies and
took my
gentlemen,
cow.
my spawn. Okay, pride moment over.
I was gonna say, do we have a thingy for her?
A thingy.
A thingy. Figurine. Mini.
Oh, yes.
Yes, Twig.
Oh, yeah.
A mini for Twig, please. A mini for Twig, please.
Mini for Twig.
Mini for Twig.
Somewhere in there. I think. Maybe
I was
it's
gonna
another
say,
one. Who
pick your
bloody
poison.
knows?
Okay, where's
Right, and that last line
Right.
in that, the first line says in Elvish, the lake, the lake.
Just because some talk goes. Sorry.
The second line in Orcish says, the wine flows to the pool.
The wine flows to the pool.
Mm-hmm. The third line in Infernal says, the mountain feeds the pool.
The mountain sees or feeds?
Feeds.
Feeds, thank you.
Okay, there's Twig.
And the last line, it looks like a variant of Elvish, but you can't really tell between the three of you.
We should go to her. See if she
Can you read this? Please don't read it out loud.
What
But
language?
I don't know. The last one looks like Elvish, but it could be something else.
You immediately recognize it as Druidic. And it says, the mountain gives us wine.
Okay. The mountain gives us wine. Mountains give wine.
And you guys can put this in the center of the map. And it can represent
I love you, dear.
Compass Rose.
I was gonna say,
For anyone who doesn't know, I love puzzles. I love props. I will throw them into my games. At one point, we were digging through.
So,
Well,
delete
yeah, we
it.
were digging
I
through
have it.
Jello body parts for clues.
it's directions. So
That one
Yeah.
is just kind of a prop to help them visualize. It's
So,
a directional lock. So instead of a typical combination, it's got, unless someone wants to hold it up briefly, it's got.
Wow.
She loves this. A little bit lower, right there. It's got 4 directions on it. So, yes. Perfect, thank you, love.
alright, that's great.
Yeah.
The mountain feeds.
Okay, so the lake. So where's the brain? East.
The lake.
Then Well, and it depends on. It could be northeast. It could be east-north. Because there's 2 different lakes.
But it says
Is there any
one-
capitalization anywhere for the first line that says the lake? Is there anything different between the 2, the lakes?
No, they are both capitalized. Pool is capitalized. Wine is capitalized. Mountain is capitalized.
Okay.
Those are the only capitalized words. Everything else is all lowercase.
So lake, pool,
Okay, so
mountain.
Gosh, I can't wait for that day, Thaco, because
actually,
my last
the
Strahd
lake
group,
would be
I took an
north
entire
then,
room
because
of
if
our
there's a
house
lake and a
upstairs,
pool,
and I
is there
gutted
a
it,
pool?
and I turned it into an
North.
escape room from Strahd.
North.
Because I was bored.
The wine is
Don't leave me
west.
unattended when I'm bored. Things happen.
The wine flows to the pool, so probably west and then east.
West, east, yep. The mount. So then south,
East, the pool.
south, and then east again,
I'm not scented.
and then
This way then?
south,
There we go. There we
and
go.
then west.
Now I'm better.
And that
more
one gives us
scented-ish.
wine.
Is that better, Thaco?
So
Yeah. Alright. Alright, whenever you're ready, that lock will correspond with.
Yes. Okay.
are you ready for me to try,
Yeah.
or no?
By the way, how much gold or
When you leave the room, I'll
Okay.
get to the gold.
The wine flows to the pool.
I've never seen a
The
lot
mountain
Aw, thanks, Krabby.
feeds the pool. Mountain. There.
Did it open?
Yep.
Lucky, first try. I was so excited for you guys to fail that. I'm not gonna lie. Because depending on how you failed, in which direction, depending on which encounter was gonna happen, and all these awful things, and no, you just did it perfect the first time. Screw you guys.
Ouch!
Congratulations
See?
for playing the DM.
Welcome to your mother, and
Oh, she knows.
Oh no.
I'm very proud of you guys.
liar!
I'm just going to your wife.
I've never seen a lock like this.
What?
They're amazing.
Just don't ever hand it to me.
You keep your mitts off my locks.
Do you want me to close it back so that
No, that's actually
Okay.
fine. And
Gee.
Now that has something.
you
Make it what?
It'll take a miracle.
get the door slides open, and this is hanging in the air.
The okay. That's
Yep, just hanging mid-air, just bobbing around.
Oh.
It is a little tiny key, and it has hope engraved on it. However, when you look, ironic, right?
Mm.
When you look at it, you see it in your native tongue. Hakuba, you see it in your native tongue. None of you see it in common. It's all, there's only one inscription, but you all see it in your native language.
I'm not really sure what the native language is for tieflings. Oh, okay.
For Tiefling, it'd be Infernal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Twig, you see it in Druidic. And the door is open.
Sorry, little side note.
Yeah, go ahead, Hakuba.
Say you're an orc, but you were raised in a community of, for example, Dragonborn.
Okay.
Would you still know your native tongue?
I hope so.
It
Otherwise we have to figure that
depends
out.
on what age you were moved over.
Like, infant.
Infant? Probably not.
So you're Tarzan in.
Right.
So Tarzan is an orc raised with dragons. My head just exploded.
See, some of the examples that I use are for. Never mind. Whatever.
I need to start actually drinking to DM for you guys. I mean, the coffee's good, but we need some some Irish whiskey in here or something.
A little bit of Irish cream.
What you drinking? Just coffee. I love my players.
Well, we have help now.
Right. The door is open.
Yay.
Great.
Hakuba, you have managed to. How are you carrying this money?
In pockets, shoving him in. random
Stop
places.
shoving things that really. Stop!
Do you have a pouch?
I don't think that. Well, yes, but I don't think that this will come back with us when we leave.
Hakuba, you have shoved a total of
Fine. I will.
160 gold worth of coins.
Well, if this stays, I'll make sure that each of you get the share.
Fine. I'll fill my pouch with gold coin. I don't know how much a pouch can hold of gold coins.
We're gonna say you get another 18 gold in your pouch. Twig, Arcana.
The same.
Okay. Arcana. Gosh, you're not sure. This one gold coin you find is a bit heavy. It almost looks like it was a misprint and it's splooshed out. So you make a total of 23 gold that you shove randomly in your pouch. And Twig, 13. 13 more gold.
Mom, can I have a pencil?
Here.
Alright, so everybody roll me perception.
20.
Ooh.
Matt 20.
Nice.
I know, I love you.
What did you get, Twig?
6.
6?
For perception.
Oh
is-
gosh, I didn't put your passive down. It should be 10 plus whatever your perception is on the other side.
So what is your wisdom? So it would be plus 4, so 14.
Okay.
Crazy kids right. Teach them D&D and put them on live stream.
Double check one thing first. Your provision's in it, so plus 4. So that's 14.
Alright. Hakuba and Callista, because you guys had 20 or higher, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You first of all notice that the candle that Hakuba put in this lantern is not burning out. The flame is still lit, but the wax isn't melting. It has not dripped down.
Lovely.
It has not expended any of itself.
It's good to get useful.
Yes, it's very useful. You messed up my accent. I want to take a day and I want all my characters to have a conversation with themselves and just see how long it takes me to go crazy.
Have you seen me?
I know, I'm trying to figure out which character I married.
Oh boy.
It varies a bit.
From day to day, it varies.
Moment to moment. He goes to work and he's Eric. And then he starts talking about D&D and he's Warren. Well, first of all, then we gotta take this down over here, and then I'm gonna take this down, and I'm gonna put it here, and then I have this one idea for this other character, and I'm gonna put it over here, and then we go to bed and he's Xanthan. Like, this is why you don't marry a D&D'er! Or why you do.
But that's the point. You married them all.
Addie has a good question.
Oh, if they try and blow it out, does it reignite like one of those trick candles? Ooh, I don't know. I'm the DM. I don't know anything.
Tim, is there any water in the room?
In your water skin.
Can I have that candle, please? You can trust me.
Said from her, and she's never mind. Okay.
Said from a cow.
Somebody is telling a rogue that they can trust them.
Mom.
I'll take the candle out.
I'm gonna pour a little bit of water.
Yeah, go ahead. You take the candle out of the lantern.
No, I didn't. Hand the candle.
Okay, you put the water on the candle and it goes and snuffs out.
I'm gonna light it again.
You light it. It takes a minute because the wick is wet, Works.
I'm gonna grab some food.
Okay. Wait.
Okay. Can I have my cup?
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. I was gonna say I want food, but then I realized that we have sandwich stuff for break, and deviled eggs. I still kind of want food though. Where are you going? Sorry, munchies.
I'm going to work.
Oh, you're ooh. Let me get me something. Mushroom spice.
Okay.
Yeah. Love you. Oh, and the squiggly potato thingies. Curly fries.
Curly fries?
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Squiggly.
Squiggly, yeah.
I dare you to go in there and
Someone-
order them like that.
Can I get those squiggly?
I
Depending on
really-
what version of what the actual
Please do. That would be hilarious.
I will do that.
I
Yes.
Say it
want
in
jiggly
Katie's
deep fried
voice.
potatoes.
In Katie's voice. I need some squiggly potato thing. Then I got an axe. You want to see? It's not good in here. I can't bring it in because it said no weapons on the front of the door, so I couldn't bring it in there. That's how that would happen.
As I can see them going.
Wait till your first parent-teacher
I'm
conference.
one.
I was gonna roll a d6, and that's who's showing up.
I think you lost someone from one of your insane asylums. Can you come and get them back, please?
Do you realize how much fun a D&D campaign would be in a mental hospital? Like, I want this to happen.
We need to make one a whole room in a mental hospital.
I want to cast fairy fire!
Okay, no.
Like a one-off night just for the heck of it.
Digress. Moving back to the dungeon.
You started this. I mean you.
I don't know how we got here, but we need to go back to where we started. There's
Okay,
no place like home. There's no place like home.
So we get to leave! Yay! We get to go back home! Yay!
Alright, now all of you at this point hear scratching noises.
Oh,
Similar
good.
to the scratching noises that we heard of the spiders crawling up
No,
the wall.
this sounds a little bit different.
Twig kind of shrinks slowly.
You can thank my daughter for this one. She found them for me. What do you want, kid?
Sorry guys.
Thanks so
I
much!
got to pick one thing and I kind of picked this guy. I didn't know I'd be joining.
Great, great.
Alright, so yeah.
Okay, move on to TPK. I need to help my mom.
Bye, kid.
So,
My other child may be NPCing in the future.
Oh dear.
surprise me.
So.
Sorry.
Yeah, the candle goes out, you relight it, and you're handing it back to Hakuba.
And he puts it back in the...
Okay, the second you put it back in the lantern, you watch the candle, the little bit that had melted while it was out and smooshed, goes back to full. It looks like a whole candle burning.
Brand new candle. Great.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Magic does things like that. It's fun. Unless it tries to kill you. It's great. Great. So great.
Alright, and yeah, you all hear the skittering at this point.
I wonder if I can put this in Trapinder's mouth.
She said
You know, I think that we should focus on skittering sounds. Whatever
Oh,
that
yes,
is.
yes. Excuse me. Point the lantern down the hallway.
Where the heck did it go?
It disappeared. It's fine. It's
There it is.
non-existent. Damn it.
I didn't think it was that
And then
tough.
totally
I guess it
make it
is.
It's a poof. It's fine. We don't have to face anything. It's
she
great.
said to pick something difficult, so I kind of just.
Uh-oh.
It's fine.
Alright,
This whole entire
Yes.
place is meant to kill us, so it's fine.
and it, just as soon as you hear it, it sounds like it recedes and goes away. I don't want food, Daco. Oh, he just left him. Do you want me to text him? Because he will totally bring you food. You're like one of my favorite people ever. I would
Aw.
sacrifice food for you. I said one of.
Mwah.
Mwah.
So, shining the light down the hallway.
I love all of you, but I love some of you different.
I like how she worded that.
I
know.
You should worry. That's your woman. For now.
Aw.
For now. Sorry, that's not. Right. What are you guys gonna do?
Twig kind of pulled out her dagger and looks around nervously.
I got my newfound lantern facing down the.
Which direction did the
Hallways.
skittering come from?
It sounded like it came from. Let me pull out my copy of your map so I know where the heck you're going.
Northwest.
It
behind
does-
us.
Yeah, northwest.
Great.
But everything is super echoey, and that's the only hallway out, so you can't really tell where it's coming from.
So just, but it's not in the room behind us. It's not coming from the trapdoor behind us.
Correct.
Or anything. Okay, great.
Correct.
Oh, I guess we should go on cautiously.
Oh, otherwise we could attempt to go through the trapdoor.
The stone never popped back out.
But it still moved up, though, right?
Yes. Yep.
Like it was
Yeah.
able to move.
You were
when
able to slide it, but it didn't pop back out.
Okay.
DM, but I know it's down there since I was in cow form and I was kind of.
As
I
you
don't know.
briefly no, you
Don't
wouldn't.
stand over that though.
No.
Stand to the side of it.
But you guys all remember the more you stay in one place, the worse it tends to get.
Lovely.
Going over to the compass rose, standing
Yeah.
to what I is the side of the trapdoor area. I'm going to try to.
There's not even seams that you can see.
Okay.
And it feels, those of you that are more magically inclined, it feels like the magic that was in this room in the compass rose has faded.
Okay, so it's expended its thing. That was-
Yes.
It's pointless. I mean,
His dagger isn't.
well, I'm sorry. I was distracted by skittering. You started walking over there, and then whatever.
Fine. We'll go back the other way.
Great. Fine. So great.
Alright, because you guys are in room 11, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
So for everyone at home, I don't know how well you can actually really see that, but they are in room 11, which is over to the right, I believe, unless I'm backwards.
So, what about a wolf on a stick?
Oh yes.
No, you're struggling there.
There's a wolf on a stick?
Quiet from the peanut gallery. Your druid sensibilities are a little offended.
It tried to kill us. Well, that one is stuffed. We found it in the
So
first
the wolf
place.
tried to kill you.
No.
The one on my back did.
Hold on 1 second. The wolf on his back tried to kill us because of the moron that runs this entire realm.
The one who took my cows?
Possibly.
Probably.
If he had giant bats, then probably. So,
You're very upset that this thing tried to take your cows.
He tried to take my cows? We're going to save the cows. We're going to save the cows. Just start singing that over and over again.
whatever else and whatever. Alright.
Right,
Cows.
so,
Alright, so.
alright, marching order.
Moving on. I will be behind him.
I'll be behind her.
Okay, so
I'll just
Hakuba, Callista, Twig, Arcana?
The other way around. Hakuba, Callista, Arcana, Twig.
Yeah, what she said.
Trapfinder.
Trapfinder's out in front.
Trapfinder, Hakuba!
wait.
Son of a-
Name the stuff.
For those of you who
Try
are
this
on the
again.
stream,
From the beginning.
they took
Other.
a stuffed wolf from one of the
Hero.
office rooms in the death house, stuck a spear on its back, strapped it to its back, and called it Trapfinder, and they walk around holding it out in front like some kind of metal detecting device of
You realize I have a spell that can do that.
Oh. Maybe you should go first.
No, I think you should go first. You're fine. Until she's a little more comfortable with this whole craziness.
Wolves on a sticks aren't helping.
This holds
They-
me
Alright,
the best.
so Hakuba, you are going north. As you go north, again, there's that little hook in the hallway.
Yep.
And then there is 12, I believe it is, which is the room that you guys fought the spiders.
Yes.
And there is a door going north out of 12.
And that's all the further
That's
that
the
we
one that
got.
got shattered, right?
Yes, yes, that is the shattered, splintered.
And that's pretty much all the further we got as
Yes.
far as...
I'm probably looking a lot like Hagrid right now with the lantern in one hand. And
Pretty much.
And
You have Fang in front of you on a stick with a lantern in the other hand.
well, don't worry about the Harry.
Dear Lord.
Very interesting.
What am I doing with my life? Right, so commonplace. Every so often you hear, and then it stops.
Oh no, I think
Great.
Also keeping an eye on the ceiling.
Yes.
You don't see anything. The doorway that goes north out of 12, is that where you're headed?
I think that's the only like we've explored everywhere
So
else.
go ahead and move a corner of the map if you need to. I mean, you can uncover it. None of you guys are horrible metagamers, and if you are, I'll just throw some crap in there that wasn't before.
Just uncover that much for now. Are you okay then?
What do you give? You've got power gamers and metagamers. Screw with them, of course. Like, let's just be clear, that's not an issue. Oh, you constantly roll 20s. Well, their AC is 32.
All right. Well,
What if
we have-
attach the lantern to the mob trap finder?
he said that he was seeing.
I was
how
actually
he
thinking
could-
about putting it into the mouth of the thing and just long distance flashlight.
Long distance flash.
Considering
Right,
we
so-
all have dark vision in this party, except for I'm not sure if Twig that we just met has
Yes.
dark vision. Okay, fine.
so.
Then yes, fine. We all have dark vision. It's fine.
So, north out of 12, it's a hallway. And then it goes to the west, and you have a hallway that goes west and then turns south again, and you have a hallway that goes north.
Okay, so we have two directions to go. We have west that goes south again, and we have north that keeps going for
Yeah,
quite a few
it
feet.
goes a ways.
Yeah. So
Like
but can we
70, like as far down as you can see, it's going.
Can we see the end of we see that west turns, right?
Yes, you can see
Okay.
that the hallway to the west turns pick
So
up back to the south.
Shall we take a look down this way? It looks a little sharper.
sure, why not? Great.
Alright, so you guys are going down towards
West down towards 10.
10. There's 10, there's no door. It's just an archway going into 10. It appears to be an empty room except for a big pile of straw just sitting in the middle of the room.
I'm gonna start like digging in the straw. There might be something dangerous.
I'm not gonna go in the room quite yet.
You're
So
going to
you-
start digging in the straw?
So you're going ahead of us
Yes.
and digging in the straw.
Yes, kind of
Okay.
gonna dig right, like poke. Maybe.
Roll me a dex check.
Of course.
Dex save.
Straw is evil. Oh, it's not that bad.
It'd be over here then.
So do the save.
20?
You poke in with your dagger and you feel something, and just in time to pull your dagger out as 4 really big rats come out at you.
This is really fun.
Great. Great. Lovely.
Roll initiative! My favorite words.
Well, and if there's something wrong with your wolf trap finder, we can get a fluffy rat thing.
Do not give him ideas.
Trap
Ooh!
as food.
Stop that!
Alright,
I should have that
rat
spell
bombs.
Oh my god.
I love / hate you all. Just to be perfectly
Are
clear.
going to not be able to carry all of this stuff at some point.
I know.
Okay. Just saying. I'm just saying.
Oh, oh.
Wow.
Dear goodness.
Yes.
Land have
Yes.
mercy.
How big are these rats? Are they like
Not like Nine and Goliath, like big.
well
Yeah, they're the size of like Jack Russell Terriers.
okay, so they're like the size of the dogs.
Okay.
Right.
So,
They're
not
about
quite what I
Fuzzy
they're
things.
about 2/3 a dozer.
Okay.
For anyone who doesn't know, Dozer is one of my rescue pitties, and he may make an appearance later.
He's adorable.
Most of our animals do make appearances at some point.
Mom, can you put 9 on the table for the
We're
rat?
not going to put 9 on the table right now.
No, because then we would be wrangling him like the balloon in the
Yeah.
play.
Mini trap finders. So, what did you get
Yes.
for initiative or arcana?
11.
Alright, Twig.
18.
Nicely done. Callista.
20.
The dice actually like me today. Usually I always roll ones.
And Hakuba.
15.
Where is that? Alright.
And actually... Yeah, actually that's gonna happen.
Hmm.
The DM will be right back. The DM is gonna grab a prop.
Uh-oh.
If the DM can get out of her hidey hole. This is in fact actually my dining room, and it is actually in fact a bit of a...
It's a maze, it's fine.
Yeah. The answer is yes, you just
So
gotta
yeah,
wait until
those things
break
are a little too big to make rat bombs out of.
Knowing your character, he will do it, or try. So, why am I surprised?
Maybe we can make friends with them. I can speak to them. I can speak to animals.
That's all we go, yay!
We could.
I won't put her on the table, but she can come sit with me.
Oh, hi, baby. She's so cute. Hi, baby.
Just make sure he doesn't do what Cabbage did.
Our baby bunny, well, he was with us. Oh, there you go. Okay. Just hang out up there. That's cool.
And Taylor on the throat.
That's
and
alright.
Fine.
All right, so starting things off is Callista.
Until they attack one of us, I'm holding action. Holding
Okay.
action to firebolt them if they attack.
Perfect. Ooh.
Because, you
All
know,
right.
a cow
perfect.
was friendly when it first appeared. Why not these things? Who knows?
They could be nice, giant fuzzy
Have
rats.
rat army. That'd be great. And send it after Strahd and have it annihilate him.
Right.
It's fine.
Well,
Yeah,
just
9.
There might be more.
Oh, come here, 9. Yeah, this is for stream. This is 9. This is one of my little fuzzy babies who is very camera shy. I'm sorry. Come back here. Okay.
Probably just doesn't like being
He's
held
like,
out.
forget!
Held out into nowhere's land.
I am not Simba! Put me away!
Simba.
Stop that. Every time I see that scene, now it's
So you are holding action until one of them becomes aggressive.
correct.
Correct. Okay, because they just leapt out at you, Twig. Twig, it is your turn then.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to startle you there. But we can be friends, right? Speak with animals.
You're casting Speak with Animals?
Yes. Maybe they can be. Hey, if you have a rat army to kill Strahd, that would be great. He stole my cows. Maybe they can become friends with cows.
Roll animal handling.
Oh my god.
This is
Please,
happening.
please.
Roll initiative. Never
I'm
mind. The
a druid.
friends of freaking rats.
I'm a druid. What did you guys expect?
Absolutely nothing, because you were a surprise character.
This is gonna be awesome.
Now roll what now? Animal?
Animal handling.
So add whatever you rolled to the...
15?
One of them stops and sits up and cocks its head at you.
I pulled out some rations. Here, it's okay. I kind of just drop them in front of him. Nothing. Hi,
You
guys.
hold out rations.
Yes, he needs food. Look at all
Oh,
this. Look
am I
at
still here
down
yet?
here. Just kind of like put it in my hand. Just kind of put it on the ground like this.
Best character edition
Put it
ever!
on the ground in front of my
Just play with all kids and see what happens.
High or low, Kiara?
What?
Pick
High or low?
Low.
Yes! I love that face!
Hello guys, it's okay. I'm going to startle you. Do you want we can be friends? When you guys come by my phone, it'll be so much fun. You guys look very friendly.
I need to clip her face later because this is so perfect.
We're really nice.
Glasses are off.
I was going, put the wolf away.
Put the wolf away, you.
And the great X.
All 4 of them are now sitting on their haunches looking at you. The one that stopped first pulls pulls the rations out of your hands and starts nibbling at it. And goes away from the other three. The other three look at you and they look a little upset.
Oh, it's okay. I want more food.
You just watch. They all take the rations and sit there munching the rations.
Do they look happy?
Now that they have rations, yeah.
I'm gonna try and talk to the one that grabbed the first ration.
What you want?
Oh my
Much
lord.
Much good. Thank you.
I have more. I don't want to use all of them, so I can give some to you guys later.
There's more. There's more food.
Well, if you be
Where's
nice,
more food? My food?
I will give you guys food. Tell the
Yeah,
others.
give us food.
I will give you guys food.
Where the food? Where the food? And he starts crawling up your leg and sniffing around you.
I just want to take
Where the
some
food?
water.
Where the food?
Okay, listen. I will give you guys food if you guys be nice and help us out. Okay?
Yeah, food. Give me food.
Oh, okay. I pull out some more rations
Oh.
and then put them on the ground. I'm taming rats.
Give me food.
Okay.
Where's my food?
I take rations and put them on the ground.
How many rations do you
Much
have?
money, thanks. Food.
When's the last time you guys have ate?
Look, your food.
Sorry, 9. Hey, Thaco, can I give you 9? She was a prop.
Until our druid friend decided to tame them, and yeah.
Come here, kid. Come here. Come here.
Oh gosh, Dad, help me!
Why the shoulder?
I don't know.
Always the shoulder.
I don't know.
My cat does that.
I'm gonna look at the rats and ask them. So, what's your guys' names?
And up in the hair. Fine.
What's their names?
That tickles.
She was not prepared for that. That's hilarious. She was not prepared for this in the slightest because,
Doesn't even know her own daughter.
well,
I call this one Mickey. I call this one Minnie. I call
Minnie, Daisy, Mickey, and Donald.
And the other one that's still sitting in the striped
This
mouse.
is-
And Rasta.
This
What?
is lumpy.
Rasta.
Rasta? What about the other guys?
Core, Bled, Fen.
Corn?
Core.
Oh, corn. Would you guys like to be friends? I could guarantee
Food?
food. Yes,
Food?
Food.
And you watch Rasta turns around, and the 4 of them put their backs to each other and lean.
They're very nice. We won't hurt you.
Food.
Food?
Food.
I give them like a itty bitty more rations.
Much, yes, thanks, good.
When's the last time you guys have eaten? You guys look skinny. Are you okay?
Yeah, we eat all the people that come down here.
Meanwhile, the rest of the party's going,
Cool.
what's going
You're just
on?
watching her. The rest of the party is watching as you hear.
I'm telling the party their names. Like that one's Rasta, that one's Corn, not Corn. That one, just telling them names.
Blend and
She's
Fen.
naming them now.
No, they already have names.
Oh, okay.
Why are you here?
We're here, killing spiders and stuff.
Oh, much good, yes, kill spiders. We go eat spiders.
You guys eat spiders?
We eat everything that dies down here. And you watch as a spider dead, spider dead, spider dead, spider dead, and they all start running out of the room back towards the spider room and the spider corpses.
I start following them. Wait,
You start following them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They go back to room. Well, there goes that combat.
12.
To room 12.
Are we out of combat initiative?
Yeah, you're
now?
out of combat. Alright.
I'm gonna follow.
And they go back and they start gnawing on the spider corpses.
Do they know the way out?
Would you guys know the way out of here? We'd give you more food and if you follow
If you
us,
have more food, give more food.
I give them a little more food. Could you? We run out of food soon.
You won't have rations anymore, but you know.
Well, they're a big help. They can lead us the way out. They can tell us about. They might know something about.
Way out? There's no way out.
What do you mean there's no way out? We came in here somewhere.
Born in hay pile, live in hay pile. Way out through the door.
They probably have
Oh.
never left
I've
this
never
place.
left the room. Okay, great.
Well, if you follow us and be nice, if we kill more spiders, you can eat spiders.
There's a
Does
dead
spiders
minotaur
taste good?
somewhere.
Oh, right.
We
There
eat
is-
spiders, but we don't go further away. Bad things.
We kill bad things. Like
Right, you kill them, we eat them. You kill first.
Yes, deal.
We eat now.
We
So they're
should
going to
probably
just sit there and eat.
let them have their feast.
You
They
guys
don't
eat.
taste on us.
We'll come back a little later, okay?
And they just continue to gnaw on the spiders.
They seem really nice. Well, if one of you guys could come with us, we go on an amazing
That
adventure.
just happened.
Underdog, what do you expect?
Do you see me running around with a bunch of animal companions?
Yes.
Don't answer.
Too late.
You have 2 rats. We used to have a bunny. We used to have 2 bunnies.
Okay.
Hey, thank you, Oversoul. Thank you for the follow. I'm not send her anymore. There we go.
Right. Fine. Well, so much for that. And
Isn't Trapfinder supposed to be in front of me?
Oh, yes, yep, there you go. Thank you.
well, he hit him while we were dealing with the
Oh my gosh. So yeah, that happened. Ignore that initiative. That's just gonna go right here.
Oh, that was good.
I don't know if I
That
should be
was
impressed or disappointed. I feel so conflicted. Right then. So, which direction are you guys going? You're continuing north.
We're going
then?
north now.
Yep.
This hallway goes considerably, about 70 feet to the north, and then takes an abrupt turn to the west.
Okay. Let's we're gonna move this. So
Yeah, question.
Yes.
How many rations did I feed them?
4 total.
Okay.
So out of your 10, you've lost 4.
so you have 6 left.
And there should be. Oh, I bet you I didn't make a door for it.
The-
There should be a door at the top of the hallway. When you go north, there should be a doorway to the east and a hallway to the west.
So the door would be.
Yes, there should be a door right there.
Great. Oh, that's convenient because that's the only way of getting to rooms 7 and 8. But yeah, great.
Mhm.
Okay.
So what did I miss? They're currently in a dungeon. They were gonna have combat with rats, but the druid freaking befriended them.
What? They're nice. They're nice people.
They're nice people.
They're nice people.
Rats.
Them rats, they're nice.
Nice.
They're nice.
They only eat spider corpse and everything here.
And everything
Have
here.
fun, Oversoul. Bye.
Everything that dies down here.
Yeah. So there's a doorway to the east, and then there's a hallway to the west.
No door or just a doorway?
Just there is a door.
There's a door. Okay.
Door or hallway?
There is a door.
To the party. Door or hallway?
To
Door
the
number
east.
1. No.
It is a door. There is a door there.
There's a possibility that might be the way up.
Anyway, it's the way out. But then, you know.
Mm-hmm. There could be another trap, whatever.
I just think we should not split up.
Right. No.
Alright, fine. Let's go to the door.
Doorway.
Fine.
Okay.
Whatever. It's fine.
Checking the door to make sure that there's no.
Traps?
Go ahead and roll.
Trap finder. Go.
There we go. Whew! I thought I lost the note for a second and I panicked.
What is that again? Is it?
Roll investigation.
Investigation. Okay. So that'd be a 7.
Ooh. Yeah. No traps on this door.
Mm-hmm.
Post Trapfinder too.
Well.
Wait, before you do that,
Hmm?
move away.
Okay.
I'm going to go to the
Well, actually,
west.
let's do that.
No.
Okay.
I'm going to stand in the square just before the door.
Okay.
Mage hand to the door.
It is capable of clicking the latch down,
Okay.
and a small needle juts out of the lock hole
Lovely.
and stays extended. There is a slot on the top of the needle where there's some dried residue where it looks like there might have been a liquid of some nature at some point in time, but it has long since dried.
Right.
But still, I'm gonna poke your finger. Owie!
So can I pull or push the door then at this point with Mage Hand?
You'd be pushing it, and yes, you are able to push it.
I'm going to push it as far as it'll open.
It opens wide, and there is a hallway to the south and a hallway to the north. The highway, first new tongue. Hallway to the south goes down 30 feet and then turns to the east. To the north, it goes 30 feet and then also turns to the east.
Should we go north?
North or south?
North.
I'll just follow you.
Okay. We'll go north then.
South.
South.
You're going south.
South along the, yes.
Alright.
We're
You go south, and then the hallway turns to the east, and then goes north, and there's an archway into a 20 by 20 room. In this room, there is a pedestal with a violet stone sitting in the middle of it.
Don't touch anything.
I like it.
Did you just say you lick it?
Yes.
You're not there.
And that's the only, like, I'm gonna
Looks like an amethyst.
peek my head around. Is there anything that I can see on any of the walls?
There's nothing.
It's just
It looks
that.
like it's just empty with a pedestal and a stone sitting in the middle of it.
Magic. Arcana.
It's not a very big stone. It's about the size of a 50-cent piece.
Can I roll a knowledge arcana to see if there's anything magical that I no, of course not.
Absolutely.
10 total.
There.
I mean, I haven't
It-
touched it, so I don't.
Right. It
like-
looks like it could be the component for a spell, but it doesn't strike you as anything amazing just by looking at it.
Can you cast your detective thingy? How many times can you cast that? Or is it one of your cantrips? So
I still have some spell slots, so I can.
well, don't waste them though. We might. We don't know how big this place
Do you
is.
still have that healing potion that was in the bucket?
Mhm.
So that's.
Okay, then if you wouldn't mind.
I'm going to stand in the doorway and cast detect magic.
Okay. It is indeed magical, and it radiates transmutation magic.
Transmutation.
Yes. Whew. When the DM has to do homework on the fly.
I don't know.
Transmutation magic typically takes something and turns it into something else.
Okay, so it is like
It's an altering magic. Yes.
transfiguration, Harry Potter reference, whatever.
Yeah.
Blood. Okay.
I'm thinking we should probably just leave it alone.
Right. All right. I mean, all right. We can come back to it if we need to as well. So, north.
Might do something bad.
That's
Right,
true.
and then you guys go back out and you head north.
Yep.
The hallway goes up and then it goes to the east. And you're just gonna follow it around.
Yep.
It goes to the east for 40 feet, and then it goes north. And what is the marching order?
The same as it has been.
Okay,
so
perfect.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh.
Arcana.
The detect magic lasts 10 minutes, so I'd be able to see anything for 10 minutes.
And what's the range on that?
I think 30 feet.
She's looking daggers at
Yeah,
me. What do you
30
want?
30 feet.
For 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
And this is gonna be the one time in the entire campaign you guys don't lollygag.
Yep.
Got it?
Just tell her that she know that.
Thank you for that. As you That is a form of transmutation we're all a little too familiar with there, Krabby Patty. I take student loans and turn them into debt. Is that transmutation?
Yes.
No, that's called adulthood and
Good to know.
tears. That's amazing.
That's rolling one on a trap there.
Right? You detect magic in the hallway ahead. You detect some evocation magic.
Evocation magic. Okay.
Where?
Or I shouldn't say that yet because you have to focus on it. You detect magic in the hallway ahead.
In the one going north. Or the one
Yes,
going
right
east?
at the corner where it turns from north to go west.
Or yeah,
at the
west,
top of
sorry.
the map.
Alright. I'm gonna say, Hakuba, wait. There's magic up there.
I sense a disturbance in the force. And are you gonna hone in on this magic? It is, in fact, evocation magic, which you know is typically elemental and often destructive in nature.
Take one of my BBs out.
Yeah, I'm gonna share that information with you guys.
Great. Lovely.
Should I give it a try?
Twig's gonna take her bow out. I think I should go first on this one. It might be in something.
Right, but we can throw something on the tile on that part of the floor to make sure that there's nothing there first before you walk over it
Okay.
and get hurt.
You're gonna throw a ball bearing?
Yep.
Bing, 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 bing. It rolls down the hallway and nothing happens.
Oh, that's lovely.
Arcana, you can sense that it is about okay, so the northmost square before it turns west.
Yep.
It's that, you're pretty sure it's that square, and are you're keeping your detect magic up? It feels like it's coming from the ceiling.
I look up at the ceiling.
It looks like there's a bunch of little golf balls stuck to the ceiling. But they look to be dark in color.
So I'm shooting an arrow at one of those.
Yeah. I'm gonna take out my bow. Pink. Get ready to shoot again just in case.
Okay. And where are you guys all?
We're basically the square, or probably 20 feet or so before that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear God. Roll the hit.
Okay. I'm shooting at a golf ball. Great. Not that bad.
Yeah, I mean it's an object that's not moving, so
15.
15 is a hit. And you watch as Twig's arrow strikes this golf ball, and you all have the briefest moment of as you watch it crack. And this white hot light, everyone make a dex save.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you poor thing. Did you guys all do bad rolls?
Can I use my inspiration to reroll?
Absolutely.
Oh, nice!
Wow.
Well, she's saved.
From 2 to 20.
So it'd actually be 22.
Alright, and this is a dex save. As they... Oh! Come back here. Let's see how ambidextrous my type
You
is.
can eat your daughter.
I got it! I
You got
got
it?
it!
Okay.
The DM has monkey feet for a reason. As they explode in these, and as the one ignites, it ignites the next one, and the next one, and the next one, until all of them explode, and the force and the flames go mostly down, but it shoots
Is it
outward
black
down
gas?
the
Okay.
hallways. Hakuba, what was your dex save?
16.
16. Calista,
16.
16. Twig.
20.
22.
Nice. You guys all make the save, so you will take half damage.
Of course. Great.
And you are not pushed back.
So when you make a save and you have fire resist, what does that do?
If you have fire resist, it will half the damage.
So you
Okay.
take half
So,
the
half
whatever
of
they
the
get
half
for the
damage?
damage is halved, and then you'll end up taking quarter damage.
Okay, great.
Because it would have been
Oh, yeah, that's me too.
I was gonna say tieflings that have fire resistance.
15, 20, 24. It would have been 26 damage. So
So
everyone
13.
who saves takes 13. If you have fire resist, you are going to take 6.
Jeez.
So Twig, you would take 13. Hakuba, you take 13.
Could have been worse.
It could have been way worse. That was actually kind of a little. But they are all gone. All the little golf balls up there.
So what on earth was that? Since you knew.
Exploding golf balls. Well, okay, so there's. Am I allowed to tell them since I've seen Strahd E11? No, I'm not.
No, you would have your character would have no idea what those are.
Exploding thingies.
Right.
It's nothing that would have been useful.
Anything you've heard of, seen, anything? No.
Whatever.
Actually, Hakuba, you have never seen them look like this, but you are familiar with some people who are a little more. My camera is all sorts of freaking wonky today. Who are a little more adept in the trade. Sorry, I got to figure this out. Okay.
So pause for a
There we
moment.
go.
I'll show
There we
you.
go. Sorry, I was really distracted by that. Who had these stones that when you threw them or when they struck something, they would explode. There's always the fable of this person who was too greedy. His name was Malachi, and he stole as much as he could, and he found a pouch of rocks. And being the greedy sort he was upset that it was just a bunch of rocks, and so he poured them out of the pouch so he could keep the fine pouch. And there is now a crater where Malachi once was.
This is why I keep things.
So
I'm gonna relate to them that little.
sounds familiar.
Probably
Probably
that's why I don't report anything else.
But you.
Other than
I'm
people's.
gonna peek around the corner and see if I see any other magic.
You don't sense any other magic. The hallway does go to the west a ways. 60, 70, 80, 90, like 100 feet down.
Okay, I'll stay in third. I'm just
Okay.
gonna take a peek.
Yep. And then it turns to the south
Can we see
for
that
30
yet?
feet.
Like,
No, you can see 60 feet.
okay.
Unless your dark vision's 120, which is...
I don't think it is. No, it's 60 feet.
Perfect.
Guys. Someone took fun.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm done playing with the.
Alright.
now.
Yeah, you still don't sense any magic or arcana. And then the hallway turns to the south for 30 feet. You still don't sense any magic, and then it turns back east. And there is another doorway. And this door looks identical to the one that you came through where the needle trap was. Same type of wood, same hinges.
Do you want to try your truck again?
Mm-hmm. Mage hand again.
Stepping back.
Fling! Another little needle. Nothing in it. It's same groove though. Door
And
opens
sling
and there is another pedestal with a stone sitting on top of it. And this one is bright green. And it is a malachite. But it is one of the most beautiful specimens of malachite that you've ever seen.
In the center of the room.
Yes. And again, you sense transmutation magic, arcana. And you can tell it is very much coming from the stone.
Okay.
You said this one was green, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, green and purple.
And it feels Arcana, you get the sense that these stones are connected somehow.
Purple.
I feel like these two stones are connected somehow.
Alright.
Do you think we should actually take them then? Or?
Poke it with your wolf thingy if you want. It's not my fault if your wolf thingy gets wrecked.
I think that we should leave them alone.
Yeah.
I really don't think that we should
What
play
did
around.
transmutation mean again?
Transmutation is taking something and turning it into something else.
Okay, so changing.
You'd see transmutation magic. Whoops, I bumped the camera, I'm sorry. You've seen traces of it in teleportation circles. You've seen it in lots of magician's tricks. You've seen it anywhere where something is turned into something else.
So like whatever thing into doves, the stars
Yes.
into doves. That
Yes.
Is there anything else in that room?
It is completely empty. And
Except
this is
for
a
the pedestal.
big room.
Right.
I mean, it's 30 feet wide by 40 feet long.
What would something like a teleportation spell type thing be as far as its
school?
of magic? Yeah.
I believe it would be.
Wouldn't that be?
What did I just say? Oh my gosh.
You said,
Transmutation.
Transmutation.
Yes.
Okay. So this would be.
I believe it would be transmutation.
Okay. All right.
Thaco, do you have a call on that one?
What's that?
Like a teleportation spell. What
School would it belong
what
to?
school would that belong to?
If there was a teleportation circle, what school of magic would it radiate? Wouldn't it be transmutation?
Or no, evocation, I believe.
Okay.
Evocation?
Let me
Okay.
double check.
Okay.
Let me double check. Because I have been known to be wrong.
No, I'm not 100% sure. That's why I'm.
Would that be page?
Teleport is conjuration.
Conjuration. Okay.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
I suppose you're
The
conjuring
hell?
something from one
Whatever.
dimension or plane.
Okay,
to
so
another.
it would be something different than. I was just trying to figure out if it would be something different than that. That's all it was.
As
In
far as your studies know, they should be the same.
That's great.
Purple, blue thing.
It's conjuration. Thank you,
Purple.
Grandpa Bob.
Green thing. What blue thing?
It is conjuration. And the stones are radiating conjuration magic as well.
Purple, green.
Great.
DM newbiness is showing. I haven't done much with magic classes, and especially wizards, so I was like, it radiates
Can you
magic,
look at
there's types, crap.
I really think it would be silly to touch them.
Should we just explore further, and if we can't find a way out, come back?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Wait.
it's not like we can't find a way back.
Guys, I just had a thought. Well, if you can't get out of here, well, maybe those things have something to do with the way getting out. Like, maybe, like, they could open a portal or something?
It's possible, but we should, before we decide to touch them, we should explore a little bit more.
That make me
Before we
more.
do that, we can come back.
Yeah, the
So-
last door that we decided to touch, well, another party lost our head.
Everyone roll me perception.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Twig, you roll at advantage on this one.
Okay.
So you
Thank God.
So roll twice. Yeah.
Bitch.
That's not
Nice.
fair, yeah.
Hakuba.
15.
10.
20.
23.
Those of you, anyone who rolled over 15, you hear. Anyone who rolled over 20, you see Rasta running down the hall with something in his mouth.
Rasta, do you need help? What's going on? Rasta?
Are you casting another speak with animals?
I'm gonna have to, yeah. Rasta, are you okay? What's going on?
Yeah. This not food. You take. Give me food.
Okay, I take it and give her another
You
ration.
give him a ration.
What is in my
He
hand?
takes the ration and books back.
Bye.
It
I'll
is
see
a
you
stone. It is you know it as obsidian. It is about the size of a 50-cent piece. And as your found in hay pile, not food, yours. Bye.
soon. Oh, okay, thank you. It could be useful.
Oh my gosh, 9. Like.
Oh.
I want to D&D. She dropped down. She was hanging from the roof of her cage. Like, let me out.
It was almost as if she knew that the rats were coming back into play, so she went, please, can I? Okay, never mind.
It looks identical to the malachite and the, just lost it, amethyst, thank you, that you found earlier, except this one is obsidian.
Just poke it like,
It's a rock. It's an obsidian rock.
hey guys, it's a cool obsidian rock.
As your detect magic fades, because it's been about 10 minutes, you get that same sense of conjuration magic coming from the stone.
Well, we can't drop
We're
it.
gonna retcon and say it's been conjuration all along.
What?
Should probably hold on to that then.
It's not hurting me right now,
Could
so I don't.
Be our way out if we find a missing pedestal.
You said that was similar to the ones that are on the pedestals, right?
But if it was almost eaten by rats, then maybe it would be okay. I have
but
concerns for Vasta. She
if
shouldn't be eating rats.
if you remove something,
Say
if you
that
remove
again.
it from the pedestal,
I have
and
concerns for
something
Vasta. She
happens.
shouldn't be
I'm saying
eating rocks.
leave them there.
That's bad
Keep
for
that.
your
If we
health.
find an empty
Pedestal,
pedestal,
put it
put it on.
Oh,
Probably
okay.
Just
Sure.
take it and put it in my bag.
Alright.
I won't drop it.
For now,
No.
let's move back the way we came and go. I think there was a way going west instead of this doorway. So let's go back that way.
Okay. I can check it out.
I messed up the order here. Just give me a second.
Alright.
You.
Yeah, so you guys are going back.
So we're going back to before room 7 into the hallway that goes west towards room 3.
Alright, perfect. Yeah, it's a hallway going to the west, and it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 feet long. And then it goes south.
So, Trap Finder, go. Onward!
Shine my light all around.
Nothing happens. It is very echoey. And there is a hum in the air. As you go south, the hallway goes south 30 feet, and then it goes to the west 30 feet, and there is a door.
Like
and
an
this
actual
door is an actual door. It is the most beautiful thing you have ever seen as far as doors go. It is silver with obsidian overlay. The filigree surpasses anything you've seen even in elven craftsmanship. It is layers upon layers of filigree
That's a really pretty door.
that looks like almost leaves and vines, except it's just the shape and the flow of it. There's no actual picture when you look at it, but it's like a really pretty doily with set in layers over the door, but with just different filigrees of precious metals, obsidian over silver, and then there's flecks of different stones within the filigree. There's jasper, there's amber, there's malachite, there's lapis, there's jade.
I thought you said there's hamburger for a second.
Amber.
amber,
Hamburger's better.
hematite, obsidian, quartz.
Oh, I can
It is one of the most beautiful pieces of craftsmanship you have ever seen.
I just stand there admiring it. Beautiful.
Anybody know the Elvish word for friend?
I do. I was going to say, if he says that loud, I'm going to, of course, it's in Elvish.
It's over that.
I mean,
Of course.
it's
Blah,
red.
blah, blah.
All right.
Is there any door handle, anything to pull on, push on, anything like that? Is it?
There are no door handles.
Are there any missing stones?
There are not. How far away are you guys?
Like 30 feet.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Hey guys, I want to try something real quick. I'm gonna Don't step on the wolf.
You approach the door.
Yes, I am going.
The door opens.
Dying cats. Okay then.
It's a squeaky door opening. It opens outward to you.
Like it
Outward. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I'm just gonna take my little obsidian thingy, like hold it up to the door. Any like thing feel weird?
Nothing happens. Nothing feels weird. There is a very, very large room in front of you as the door opens. It is
What's that?
60
The room number.
The room number.
by 60 feet square. There are 2 doors to the northwest of this room. One in the northwest corner, one on the west wall, and then the door that you came through. In the very center of the room,
Like
there is a tripod. So 3, 6, and it's holding a big basin. It almost looks like an overturned cymbal that you saw a bard use once, except it's deeper. And it's filled with a liquid. And this liquid looks like it's scintillating and moving and misting within this tripod. And it's sitting dead center in the room.
hey guys,
Silvery
look
liquid,
at
huh?
this. I'm gonna. Does it look like there's any traps on there?
Aw, thanks, Fatal Pillow.
What did I say? Are we gonna die?
Probably. Most
And
likely.
as
It's fine.
are you stepping into the room at all, Twig?
Yeah, just kind of.
As you step through the
Don't.
room, you hear in your head, violet leads to the mountain spire, silver to castle's peak, red if lore is what you desire, green to where the coffins hide, black to the master's bride, blue to ancient magic's womb, gold to the master's tomb.
Oh. I'm gonna.
And then the voice fades from your mind.
I'm going to slowly approach this fountain thingy.
Will you?
And before you can do anything else, we're gonna go to break and have some
Yeah.
food.
Bye.
Cliffhanger.
Very similar, but there's some tweaks. So we are unfortunately all the fun is here. Fatal Pillow, I miss you. Sorry, sidetracked. My brain just went.
Dude, thank you for the subscription, Grandpapa.
Thank you.
Yay! Woo! Thank you for the sub. We will be back in 25-ish, 30 minutes. We are going to get some food. We're going to talk some shenanigans. And then we'll be back for the second half of tonight's installment of Curse of Strahd. See you guys soon.
Bye.
Love you all. Okay, where's my button? There's